Don't be good, yes.
Hey, we just pulled over. We're right in the middle of the desert in Texas, and all of a sudden we just had golf ball size hail begin to fall right here in the middle of the desert. We had to pull over the car, just crazy. Just a second ago you could hear the rap, 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 rap all over the car. It's just really crazy that the hailstorms just falling right in the desert. You know, we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico a little over a week ago, and it snowed in the middle of Albuquerque in this desert place. It began to snow, and the pastors there, they said that they hadn't even had rain since last January, and here it begins to snow. We were in Montana just a couple of weeks ago. All the snow had melted away. It was springtime. The grass was beginning to grow, and bam, this huge blizzard hit. Right before that, not long before that, earlier this year, a couple months ago, we were in Georgia, and I prophesied that it was going to snow. In the middle of summer, you'd start seeing snow just falling in the middle of nowhere. 3 days later in Georgia, with like 70-degree heat, all of a sudden, the biggest snowstorm that had hit Georgia since 1993. I mean, it never snows in Georgia, and we had 7 inches of snow in some places. Just crazy weather patterns. We were in Santa Cruz, California a few weeks ago at our new Ecstatics conference. All the communication grids over the whole region broke down. We had no internet, no telephone, no landline, no cell phone, no ATM cards, no credit card purchases. All the banks shut down. God is just doing these massive signs and wonders over entire regions, guys. Crazy stuff. You're about to see wildfires happening. You're about to see unusual weather patterns. Heat in the middle of winter, snow in the middle of summer. Guys, this is not global warming. This is a heaven invading earth. When the third heaven is crashing down into right through the second heaven, stuff gets thrown out of place, out of proportion. Big things fall, makes big splashes. The Lord gave us this verse as we were in Albuquerque just a week or so ago when the snow began to fall. We also saw snow in the middle of Arizona, in the deserts of Arizona, guys. Crazy stuff. I mean, I can't tell you how much weird stuff we're beginning to see. Signs and wonders in the heavens above and in the earth below. And this is the verse that the Lord gave us. It's in Job chapter 38, verse 22. I'm reading out of the Ancient Roots Translinear Bible, Old Testament. It says, "Have you come into the treasuries of snow and seen the treasuries of hail, which I restrain for periods of persecution and for the day of battle and war?" Shakaba. Listen, there are treasuries in heaven. There are heavenly places called the treasuries of snow and the treasuries of hail. Guys, right now, God's releasing the treasure rooms. He's releasing the treasure houses of snow and of hail. And it's for times of persecution and times of war. And if you've been facing persecution, if you've had warfare happening around you, I just want to tell you right now that there's a time of breakthrough. God is coming. He's moving on behalf of the saints. He's coming. The day of vengeance of the Lord is at hand. And He's about to come, and He's about to overwhelm your adversaries. He's overwhelming your persecutors, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's going to fight for you. You know, in Joshua chapter 10, the Lord brought me to this place where there were signs and wonders happening in the heavens above and the earth below, where Joshua had authority to speak to the sun, and the sun stood still in the sky. But also in this same passage where there were signs and wonders happening in the heavens above and the earth below, Joshua and Israel, all of Israel was coming to fight under Joshua's command at Gilgal. And he says in Joshua chapter 10 that there were 5 kings that came. There was a big battle, and it says here, I'm trying to find it. I'm really whacked up. I'm excited right now. It says that there was Joshua ascended, here we go, he ascended all night from Gilgal, and he came suddenly to this army. Joshua chapter 10, verse 9, it says in verse 10 that Yahweh routed them in front of Israel and smote them with a great blow in Gibeon. He pursued them in the ascent on the way to Beth Horon, and he smote them, killed them all the way from Azekah to Makkedah, and they were fleeing from the face of Israel into the descent to Beth Horon. Yahweh cast great great stones from heaven over them unto Azekah, and they died. As many died by hailstones as by the sons of Israel slew with the sword. And so it wasn't just by their own hand that they were winning the battle, but it was the very shakabah, supernatural move of God. It says in verse 8 that Yahweh said to Joshua, "Never fear them, for I will give them into your hand. None of their men will stand in your face." And I just want to say that none of the adversary are going to stand in your face, that God himself is going to move on your behalf with signs and wonders. With great signs and wonders, he brought his people out of Egypt, and with great signs and wonders, he brought them into the promised land. God is not just bringing you out of Egypt, he's bringing you into the land of promise. You were baptized into the river Jordan, into the death of Christ, and you are already have been grafted into the land of promise. You are a people of the milk and a people of the honey. You who are believers, you are a people of signs and wonders. You're not just going to work signs and wonders, but you are a sign and a wonder. Mark 16 says that signs and wonders will follow you. So get ready, guys. I'm telling you, Shakabah, all of creation is crying out for the manifestations of the sons and daughters. The elements are going to come into alignment, and the elements are coming into a stir in this hour as the sons and daughters of God are revealed. So God bless you, and right now we just release that Shakabah, that manifestation realm of signs and wonders. I pray for great faith, a supernatural impartation of great faith. You're not going to be pursuing miracles, but the miracles are going to be following you. Lord's going to stretch forth his hands and work signs, wonders, and miracles in the name of his holy servant Jesus, his son Jesus, his servant son, who brings about that spirit of might and releases that oil of the supernatural, that oil of might, shaka, bamba, boomba, shing ding, in the glory. So God bless you from West Texas this week. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're having a good time. Amen. Hey, we just had to pull over again. This hail, this is round two. It just keeps coming. Let me show you the size of some of this hail. We pulled over under a bridge, but let me show you the size of this. This is falling right in the middle of the desert. I mean, look at this. Crazy, guys. This crazy hailstorm. Shaka ba 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 ba. The thing about these signs and wonders in the natural, you know, signs and wonders are for the unbeliever, and you may be a believing unbeliever, but let me tell you, you see, signs and wonders always come to back the message, to back the gospel, to give glory to Jesus Christ. And let me tell you, God is about to release signs and wonders following true believers to shakaba, wah, ha, 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 to glorify the Lamb. Shay, to attest it. Woo! He is God. Woo. And so right now we just release them lightnings. I thank you, Lord, for them lightnings. We just loose them lightnings in the glory. And hail and them lightnings. The lightnings and the hail and the glory. May you tap into those treasure houses of hail and snow. And may your adversaries get dumped on in the glory. Shaka Baba. It's finished. It's done. The adversaries have been dumped on already. Shabba dabba ding dong. One of our most intense impartational mission trips for the year is going to be Indonesia this October. Hey, the deadline for the first deposit's coming up quick, so sign up by May 15th and take a step of faith. Join us. We're going to have glory conferences in Jakarta. Last time the supernatural, the miracles were off the charts. Had a powerful visitation off the Lord's strong angelic presence. And we're also going to be loving on the poor. We're going to have outreaches to dumps, outreaches to prostitutes. You're going to pray for the sick. You're going to work miracles. We're going to have 3 days on the beaches of Bali with new wine parties each night. So it's going to be a mission vacation. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to get drunk 24/7 in a strange land, I'm sure you do, faux shizzle, sign up by May 15th. You'll never be the same. Excited to announce 2 new upcoming mystical schools this August. One's in New England, and the other's going to be on the West Coast in the Los Angeles area in Riverside, California. You know, the Lord is really restoring the ancient wells of true mystical Christianity in this hour. And these, in a sense, are wonder-working schools where we teach you to operate in the supernatural, activate you to operate out of the glory realm, out of the open heavens that we all have as believers. You know, we go into signs, wonders, trances, raptures, just accessing the powers of the age age to come and living a true mystical Christian lifestyle. I'd encourage you to come. You know, our Atlanta and our Orlando school are completely full. We had to close registration. So we'd encourage you, visit us on our website, sign up for one of these two schools this summer, and you know, it's going to be an intimate group. We're limiting registration because there's a lot of hands-on activation and impartation in the supernatural. So I know you're going to have a great time. God bless you, and we'll see you there. And finally, hey, the new Ecstatics just exploded. Such a heavy, weighty, trance-like glory right in the streets. Miracles, signs, wonders, salvations. It was a real spirit of revival, happy revival. And our whole family, we're gonna pull up our tent stakes. We're moving to Santa Cruz, and we're gonna do monthly meetings May 29th and 30th, and also on July 4th weekend. Grab all your crazy drinking buddies, make a pilgrimage to Santa Cruz. It's gonna be wild, crazy. Ben and Stephanie Dunn, they're moving to Santa Cruz. And if you missed the new Ecstatics, you want to pick up the DVD set. There's a lot of glory on it, but be careful. You may want to move to Santa Cruz as well if you buy it. So I'd encourage you to pick it up at our website, thenewmystics.com.